Welcome back, welcome back. If you have not caught part 1 yet, be sure to stop this thing. Go check that out. We've opened up half a case of Lost Caverns of Ixalan thanks to our friends at J&J Cards and Collectibles in Waterloo, Ontario. Go check them out for Magic and for board games and for collectibles and for everything. They are a wonderful hobby shop. Go check them out. Great guys, great prices. And I'm very excited to be opening a full case set booster boxes of Lost Caverns of Ixalan. We have 3 more boxes to go here. Here they are. And we're going to see which box has the most value. What are the rates that we're going to get out of these boxes? Will we even get 2 special guests in a box or not? I don't know. I'm hoping one of these has 2 in it. That'd be kind of nice, right? But let's get into it with box number 4. As you can see, some work has been done as far as what we've been able to find in the first couple boxes here, but there is still a lot of work to be done, including some of those top ones in basically every category. Still many things to be found in the Lost Caverns of Ixalan, so let's go ahead. Ugh, that actually gave me a little chill. Cutting that open, that noise was no bueno in my mind. So one thing I wanted to do in this box was just talk a little bit about the concept of special guests to begin with. Hello there. I can't see Grady behind there. The concept of special guests is a unique one, right? I've viewed it as essentially taking the list and making it borderless. Just taking things, and I understand all of these things are related to the theme of the set, right? We got a lot of dinosaurs in here. We got some reprints. We got lots of things that are going to be helpful on flavor. I don't hate that. I really don't hate that about the product, but the frequency in which these special guests pop up are interesting. 1 per box. So far. We'll see if that changes at all. But we're going to keep the same format we did last time. I'm going to open 10 packs. Let's not be hasty here. I'm going to open 10 packs and then I'll update the list to see if anything changes. Oh, good. Whew. I was worried I was about to ruin a... there we go. Worried I was about to ruin a special guest entrance. There we go. Frilled Cave Worm, and starting off with a Molten Collapse, which is not a card worth $0. It's worth a couple dollars, so not the worst thing in the world. And another Echoing Deeps. This is the 3rd borderless Echoing Deeps we got. Not an awful one to get. It really isn't, but I'm surprised. The frequency of finding these is pretty rare, so to get 3 of the same one is a little defeating. It's the Weenie Dogs. I like variety, you know? Variety is good. Variety is important. That's why they make stores with variety in them and charge too much for a can of pop. Okay, Malamet Brawler and Terratide. Unfortunately, nothing there. And we're right into the uncommons, which means... Let's see what we got on this one here. Unfortunately, with the addition of collector boosters, a lot of these products have been hit really hard as far as their viability financially. A set booster box is not cheap, and there are things in set booster boxes that I really like. I love the idea of getting more rares and mythics and less commons, and hello, permission denied. That's awesome. Hi, Sam. How's it going? Has anyone ever called him Sam? I'm going to finish that thought before I go into permission deny, which is a great moment from Jurassic Park. So collector boosters have essentially made it where the flashiest things, the biggest ticket items, those are all there and you're not going to find them elsewhere. So that is one downside of it for sure. I'm not a huge fan of that, but from a collector's perspective, I love the idea that there are unique collectible things. So I'm really torn between the accessibility of the product financially and then the collectability of it. As someone who's collected a one of every card from a set since about 2013, up until the original, no, not Ixalan, Ikoria. Up until Ikoria, I did some supplemental sets afterwards. It's become entirely unsustainable, even for someone who has a pretty healthy budget dedicated to it. So interesting that way. So it almost feels like Wizard just throwing the old permission denied out. But hey, very fun to get Samuel Jackson in there. I love that on the computer screen. That is a great find. Our first Jurassic World card is not a token or a basic land, which is kind of nice. Huge fan of that. Will we find a big special guest? Ooh, we've got a signed card, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just take a look at it right now. That is, oh yeah, look how crazy that art is. My goodness. All right, and we're upside down. I don't know why the art cards feel upside down to me, but they do. We've got Sunshot. Let's get a mythic. Ah, treasure map. I was hoping I could predict the future a little bit there. Getting a mythic early is always a good feeling, and it doesn't feel like we're going to get that, so unfortunate. Let's see. I would love to get myself that, is it Camille? The Inner Sun? Or, of course, you know, a Cavern of Souls. Or I can get a Mirror Harbinger. The list provides weirdness. Some of it is weirdness with value, most of it is weirdness with not. This is one of those things that fall right in the middle if memory serves. We got Tashana's Tidebender, which is a rare that is so incredibly hard to tell. It's almost like there's just too much going on inside the logo there. But a foil rare, Stalactite Stalker, and then we've got the Firstborn of Gashoth. Hey, little guy, growing up so fast. Is that a braid? Haha, fun. And our first land of the box. And of course, we know we do not have highly coveted signed art cards there. Come on, let me in. Okay. Man, one of these times it could be a mana crypt. Like, isn't that crazy? It could be. Will it be? I don't know. Abuelo, Ancestral Echo. Okay, Paleontologist Pickaxe is a Commander Mythic. So I haven't counted the Commander Mythics really into a Mythic count at the end of the video, but they definitely contribute fairly significantly to the value. So Paleontologist Pickaxe, I'm sure will have a little green line next to it when I get to recording it. Promising Vein and New. Nada. Zilch. Nothing. Our goal for the treasure troves, which are the box toppers for this set. Come on now. Let's be friends. I'd rather not hurt anybody. Especially this Mana Crypt. It's a weird looking Mana Crypt. The treasure trove is to get a mythic. I would like to get a mythic out of six cracks at the can. That would be great. But I might just settle for a rare. And speaking of mythics, hello, Oger Axonel, Deepest Might. That is definitely one that's on there. That is right there. He's 12 bucks. So one we don't have, which is always good. And we will be able to cycle on through to the other side. No shiny there. When I do my case recap, I'll be sure to include how many signed cards we got, signed art cards, because I know it's incredibly important to everybody. Terrarian Soul Cleaver, another couple bucks there. Okay, finally we hit a showcase god. We got Oger Kaslam, Deepest Growth, and if I look at that, he is the second most expensive of the Ogers, or O'Hares, or whatever you want to call them. I don't speak the language. But hey, so that's going to be pretty nice in Showcase when we add that to the list. Very fun hit, and one we have desperately been needing. Bartolome, it's so good to see you, my guy. So good to see you, but not nearly as much. Oh, yeah, that's the most expensive one. It's a Carnage Tyrant? No, Galta. Ah, maybe we'll get a Galta. I don't know, maybe. There's a chance. Hope you're enjoying these videos. I am very new to the YouTube sphere, so I welcome, hello there, Bog Wraith from, was that M10? My, going back in time before they have the rarity down at the bottom. But I am welcoming as much feedback as you have, because I would like to get better at this. Ideally, I would keep going with this. I have a bunch of edits for Magic on my channel already, but I welcome any type of feedback you may have. I almost felt textured for some reason. So I can grow and get better at what I do. Specifically, I suppose it would be, do you like the idea of having the case trackers on the side, or would it be better to just do that at the end? Things I've all considered. Had some early comments that say they like the card tracking, so I've kept that for some, but for others I didn't. Okay, well, it's green sleeves. Man, the list is so weird, man. So weird. Okay, well, there's another mythic from the list. I think we have as many from them as we do from the boxes. Corpses of the Lost. Waterlogged, blah, blah, blah. Blee, blee, blee. And no signage there. That is 10. I'll be back. I just want it on record. That's twice we've pulled Whale of the Forgotten in standard frame and showcase in the same pack. I'm kind of over that trend. Sorry, let's go. Let's keep going. Let's keep it rolling. Got a couple of things off the list there, which was great, including that paleontologist pickaxe. My goodness, that's feeling pretty good, eh? I thought we were gonna get back duplicates on the on that. We have signed versions of those, signed personally by the artist, which is great. Staggering size, more like unblurred blurriness. Come on now. Oh, whatever. Dire flail. There we go. Ooh, Zolotoyak, the Smiling Flood. We got this in foil, and that's also back-to-back commander hits, which is interesting. So we'll happily take that. Aquali, good to see you. Council of Echoes. Once again, it feels like it comes in waves when it begins. So you're going to get a number of packs with some value right there, you know. So let's see if this one has something of value in it. See if that trend continues. We got ourselves Dinomamadonodon, Kuto's Flanker. Owen Grady, Raptor Trainer. There we go. I mean, come on. In a box, we're going to get 2 of these, but okay, that is another Jurassic World hit and another showcase. So if the next one has value in it, especially if the ones after that have like 4 or 5 packs in a row with nothing, I'm gonna get suspicious. I'm not, I'm not superstitious. I'm just a little stitious. Spell Stutter Sprite, another interesting okay, come on now. Come on now. Look how freaking beautiful that is. We are in the Twilight Zone. Things are not adding up, but boy, are they actually. Tishana's Tidebender, I just included this as a foil on the regular version, so this one's going to be worth a few bucks as well. Cosmium Confluence. Is that a mythic? No, it's just a rare. Just my eyes aren't working. I just want to look at it some more. That is gorgeous. Okay, put it down. Moving along. Oh, good. And then another rare. Okay, this is getting spooky. And let me guess, we're done here. I mean, it could have just capped it off with the perfect pack, but no. I mean, let's be real. The perfect pack, you can open 1,000 of these. The perfect pack is the one with the mana crypt in the front of it. That's the perfect pack, isn't it? We have a sign. We have a sign card. Let's go. Are you kidding me? Wow. This is fairly unlucky. I'm not gonna lie. We already pulled this. So is this gonna be a duplicate half case here? Interesting. We did get a guess. This is a 4th pack in a row with some serious gas in it. Another 27 bucks, but Underworld Breach, a duplicate special guest. Okay. And a mythic. This is a great pack. Great pack. Didn't even read that. I feel bad. I didn't even read that, but hey, this is what we all came for. Hello. Wonderful. Let's actually take a look here. Vito, Fanatic of Aclazots. I'm only familiar with Simon Lizotte, who is a disc golfer. So that's, sorry. I'm going to call him Simon from now on. Anything to do with Lizottes is now Simon. Aclazotls. Okay, so I'm going to guess the value train is ending because we just had 4 packs in a row with some pretty decent spice in it. We got Amalia, who is worth a couple bucks actually. It's got some value to it, but nothing. It's no special guest, you know? It's no special guest. There we go. Swamp. Feels like we weren't getting many of those. So this time it was the middle of the case. The first 2 boxes we had, we found our special guest in like the first pack. Then it was like the last pack. This one's in the middle, so at least there is some differences there. Why does it look so faded? Starving Revenant. Cutzil. And whoop, nothing. Where's the Cavern of Souls? I know it's not even the most expensive thing in here, but it's the one we all want to see, you know? Come on, son. Let's get something. Ooh. Well, that is a weird looking special guest. Which one's this? Booster Blitz. Excellent. Thousand Moons Smithy. Once again, worth a couple of dollars here. Okay, Ellie and Alan, paleontologist. In case you were unaware, that is that's the art from the insert for the treasure troves. That's what they're called. So Ellie and Alan, paleontologists. That's great. I like seeing different things come out of these slots. And that one I think is worth a few bucks, is it not? Probably. We'll have to see. They're all worth a few bucks at this point because they're brand new. There's going to be some demand for them for sure. All right, so this third of the boxes had some heat to her. My goodness. Now, if we get a second visitor in this box, I feel like we're good. How come I haven't seen this angel before? Feels like I probably should have. Roaming Throne and a few bucks there. And you can really nickel and dime your way. In my final calculations for the box, I only include cards worth more than $2 total. So everything else doesn't add up. But really we're looking for cards $5 and over to have some staying power. And then of course that's all likely to change because that's Magic. Hermitic Nautilus, the Ancient One. I mean, that looks awesome. The Spirit God. I want to see the showcase version of this. There we go. Now 15 bucks. I can see it on the side right there in standard print. Happy to get that mythic. Nope. He had to come and troll me, didn't he? I was just getting into a groove and I was feeling good about myself. And he just had to remind me that I do not know how to talk. All right, last pack in this section. We'll do a recap and then we'll dive into the last part of this box. Deep Wood from Portal. Thank you, list, you insane entity, you. Sometimes I forget the list exists and then it just pops something absolutely crazy into your hand and you're like, oh yeah, right, you. Forgot about you. Hey, we got that. That is Whisper Silk Cloak. Borderless. Nice. All right, let's tally it up. Into the close of box number 4 of this case, we have 10 more packs. And will we have a special guest or will we just be hanging out with the Winchester draft? Molten Collapse with the borderless foil. Good start to this section. That is interesting. Growing Rights of Itlamok. What a callback. I love this card. It's great. So fun. Griddle Growth. Love it. 2 good hits to start our box here. And I mean, most importantly of all, we had a forest, and that is Gorgus. A Gorgus Forgus. I thought that may have had a signature on it, but alas, it did not. We haven't really gotten a foil mythic outside of the commander section, so I'm assuming we'll get one somewhere. We got Polani's Hatcher and a foil mountain. Absolutely stunning. Stunning. Come on. Why are you being this way? Only opened up a billion Magic card packs in my life. Why is this one hard? Explorer's Cache, a call, First Among Equals, Sunbird Standard. I mean, beautiful card. I'm not going to take that away from it. Let's maybe get some. Oh, beautiful. Let's get a Jurassic World card. I mean, the likelihood of us getting anything other than a land after getting 2 non-land versions is pretty slim, but you never know. It could be done. I feel like, okay, it was upside down. Come on now. What do we got? Seeker of Sunlight, Squirming Emergence. Very funny to watch that skull skitter across the ground there. Hidden Nursery, beautiful art card. That's beautiful. Oh, it's signed. Let's go. I didn't even notice. I'm like, that's a really nice art. We may have pulled it before, but we got one. And hey, we got a list card. Dispatch from New Phyrexia. I mean, just iconic, right? Hit the motherlode. Boy, you keep claiming it. You keep stating that we will. I'm interested. I'm interested. You have convinced me, yes, to give hitting the motherlode a try. A couple mythics in the close here would help this box out greatly, especially with that. I'm not going to call it a whiff of a special guest. If this was your only box, it would be fine, but we already opened one of those special guests. Echoing Deeps. That's not a Cavern of Souls. Kind of looks like one. And an island. And a skull floating through the air. Fungal skull. I'm sure that's the name of it. Alright. That's a nice looking card there. We got a spirit. That's probably a fairly rare one. I haven't really seen that. Old Tech, Threefold Thunder, and then another Restless Result. This is the third version of this we have. So one thing I'm noticing is there's quite a bit of repetition within the case, which is something you obviously want to avoid. I mean, beautiful. And that is one of the big causes of frustration amongst people who open sealed product, I think, is if you open enough of it, eventually it all comes back and it evens out for you. Foil Belligerent Yearling. Not worth anything, but is once again repetition. So Resplendent Angel. Now, when it comes to mythics, there's only so many of them, so I am opening 6 boxes here, so I can't really be too complaining about that. It's Ukbenbach. Hi, Ukbenbach. My boy, he's back. But the repetition amongst the special slots, I feel, is a particular pain point. I would wager. We got a fungal, actually just fungus. We got Defossilize. And Matzalotli, the Great Door. And then Dowsing Device. So one more pack left in this box. I'm not gonna lie, their Splendid Angel is nice. Unfortunate with the borderless repeats for the third time. This one apparently is amazing in foil there. Okay, we got a another Kamigawa insert Throat Slitter. It's a bit aggressive, sir. Mineshaft Spider, and every box ends with this card. Oh, okay, Tetsun. He's not worth a ton, but this is our second one as well. Yeah, I get it. It's in the title. It's right there. Let me just, there we go. Fathom, just put them right next to each other. Yeah, I get it, but please stop giving them to me. Tetsun Gnome Champion, second version of this, and we have a foil version. We are basically almost at a playset of those. Imagine if that was a playset of something a little bit more valuable. Let's recap this box. But before we do, we need to take a look at our insert. I'm actually surprised that's the first time I've missed it. Now, can we maybe hit something other than a uncommon? That would be awesome. What will we find? It is an ever-flowing chalice. I know it's 60%. I know, but that's 4 out of 6. And so, math, we should be done now. There should be a rare and a rare or a mythic in the other two, right? We'll see. We'll see how we get there. So this box offers a little bit more diversity. Unfortunately, not in this lot. We did get a couple repeats. We got a non-foil version of this. This was a very big hit when it comes to some value here, which is great.
Oh, the lie detector determined that was a lie.
Unfortunate repeat there, but 2 new non-basic land Jurassic World cards is always welcome. We have a repeat in Resplendent Angel, but then 3 new ones. We've got Vito, the Ancient One, and this gorgeous, absolutely stunning showcase version of Odger Kaslam, Deepest Growth. So, a couple of new things. It's interesting to watch the ebb and flow of the box, but let's jump into box number 5. Box numero 5. We'll equate it to Mambo. Maybe this one has all the style points in it. Is there a mana crypt in this box? Is there, I don't know, any of the expensive special guests in this box? Will we hit repeat Jurassic World cards? There are many. I want to remind people. This is how many there are. So it would be nice to hit some of these top ones here. That would be kind of nice, don't you think? But most importantly of all, we really need to find some luck in the special guest slot. We cannot have more duplication of that. What do we have in store? Could this possibly be anything other than an uncommon? Unlikely. All right, we got 30 more packs. By the way, I'm not a huge fan of the fact that these aren't 36 for the amount that you're paying for the box. So 30 packs, line them up. Let's knock them down, shall we? Show me some of that big time spice. I mean, I like that we got that. It's beautiful. It's probably my favorite artwork. And then that is not my favorite artwork. Evil Eye of Urborg from Time Spiral. For a list hit, we got Malamet Brawler and Quintorius Cond. Good to see a Quintorius again. But we're starting with a mythic. Let's get the vibes going. We are starting with a mythic. We want to keep that rolling. And we did start with this beautiful artwork. I do like that one. Quintorius. All right, we got ourselves a monologue tax from who knows what that is. I really can't tell. What is that? What's that set symbol? Must be some sort of special event deck or something. From the list, 2 lists back to back to start. Sunshot Militia, followed by an Abuelo, Ancestral Echo, and a Quali, the Seething Tower. And that's gonna do it. Whoop. No signature, no fun. Only signatures are fun. All right, so what do we have here? We have ourselves a Fungus Dinosaur, an Adaptive Gem Guard. That did not like the framing. And then we got Oer Axonal, Deepest Might. I believe that is one that we are missing. It is not. Nope, we got that one. But hey, it's another one of the mythics. So 2 mythics in the first few packs here. Not the worst thing. Scythe Claw, Stinging Crawler, and a was that Hideous Volcano? Hidden Volcano, my goodness. My mind's just making words up at this point. It's kind of crazy. Speaking of making things up at this point, I wanted to talk about the Universes Beyond as a whole. It's been a very oh, I thought that was a signature. It's been a very contentious discussion for sure, but it's something that is not going to go away. And I will say, from the very beginning, when they did some of the first ones in, was it Ikoria that had them? I was not opposed. I thought it was pretty interesting that they were doing reskins. And then they did all the ones that aren't reskins. And I find that to be a relatively interesting choice, because now you are creating Magic cards in a Magic universe that will exist alongside existing Magic cards, and they are characters from things. So I love Growing Rights of Itlimoc, nice. I love Lord of the Rings, so I jumped all over that product. I opened the heck out of it, really enjoyed it. Even got some special edition collectors because I like that. And no, I wasn't just doing it for the one ring. I was opening it because I like the IP, I like the product overall, Merfolk. But now there are just like Lord of the Rings cards that exist. Whale of the Forgotten again, jeez. And I find that a bit conflicting from a play perspective, you know? It's interesting. What do you think about it? Are you more or less okay with the idea of reskinning cards, or are you of the mindset that these should not be Magic cards at all? Okay, well, we got a Token Dinosaur as a Jurassic World card. That is something. Corpses of the Lost again. And then another Jurassic World, so maybe those tokens don't count. But hey, it's a Plains, and we don't have that one. Let's add 550 to our bank account, shall we? Contest of Claws. So this is basically the only rare that snuck onto that commander. Actually, that's not true. The standard rare that snuck on there, but I think it had to be foiled to make the cutoff. So we'll see how that reflects. I mean, here's the price. Ding. You can just put it right there. Ding. So interesting, we got that one. Beautiful. 3 more packs and then we'll do some sorting. We got Fallen Ideal from, what is that, Commander 2015? I don't know. My memory might be a bit off on that one. We got Polani's Hatcher and Nakonzil as a showcase uncommon. Like I said, I love the art for those. I wish they were a bit more frequent in this product. I wish there was a guarantee in every pack you'd get one. But I know that kind of, it's him. It's him. He's here to ruin my day. I know that can ruin some costs and prices of things, but hey. Thrashing Brontodon, Borderless Foil, Matt Zalantli, the Great Door, back again, and another, okay, well, it's another one I don't have. $6 this time, add it to it. Wonderful news. And let's scoot on through to an island. Okay, very nice. And you make me sad. If you don't know why that person makes me sad, I call it a person, that lizard, that fictional lizard creature. Go check out part 1. You missed it. Diamond Pickaxe. What is this, Minecraft? Call. And another Zolotoyak, the Smiling Flood. We're getting some duplication in this slot now, in the random commander slot. But once again, we've entered the, I'm going to call it the value portion of the box. Now we're exiting this part right now. That's the first 10. But I wouldn't be surprised if there was some in the next pack we open. Let's put it to test. Not much moving and shaking outside of those Jurassic Park lands. So, will this pack have value? Will the streakiness of it all continue? Okay, Seeker the Sunlight. Swarming Emergence. I'm gonna say no. Okay, maybe we're breaking the line here, or maybe it's the bottom of this stack. Well, Swamp, if you count that as value. Ooh, okay, it's the most valuable thing on the planet. Check this out, baby. That is a signed art card for Quintorius Khan. Zoltan, thank you so much for your incredible art, my friend. So it might be the bottom of this one, so I'll have to check that when we get closer to it. And Mana Crypt. No, but it is another Lorwyn common. Battle Wand Oak. Okay. Acolyte of Simon Lazat. Hit the mother load every box. Quintorius Khan and the Borderless. Hello, my guy. Good to see ya. And Bartolome, good to see you too. Oh my goodness, that was just a friendly pack. So many good people in that pack. Well, elephant people. You know. Remember, elephants are people too. On to the next. We now have a playset of Borderless Restless Ridgeline. This one's foil though. Great news. Echoing Depths, or Deeps, another somewhat valuable card in the grand scheme of things. And then a Forest and non-signature. Who cares? Who cares? No signature, no bueno. All right, where will our guest show up this time? We got Old Tech Clout Guard. We got Threefold Thunderhawk. We got Inquisitive, Firstborn of Gashoth. Boop boop boop. All right, we're getting near the bottom of this this stack here. Well, I guess we're halfway, so not quite. Nothing here. Merfolk Cave Diver. Deep Fathom Echo. At least it won't be the last card in the box, right? We got Inti in the Inti. in the showcase, which is good. I kind of assumed there would be another one behind that from previous experience, but maybe not. Nursery and a weird looking bat bird bug thing. Bat bird bug thing. I don't know if Inti hits that dollar sign or not. We'll have to see. Mine Shaft Spoder. Restless Reef. And that's all she wrote. Well, we get an island. I think it's good. And a bone pile. What do we got? Oh, we do have a special guest. It is Thrasios Triton Hero, a merfolk wizard. Welcome aboard, Thrasios. I wonder, what do you worth here? I mean, it just popped up on screen for you. Okay, 25. So under Underworld Breach, unfortunately. Okay, we got Thousand Moons Infantry and Hulking Raptor to round this pack off. So another middle of the pack visit, mid stack towards the bottom of it. So I would say, I mean, obviously we hit that. We have a, okay, a Throne of Eldraine common, sweet. And then we got the Belligerent as a foil rare, not the one we really want. And then the Millennium Calendar as a mythic. So are we hitting, is this the heat patch? Are we hitting the heat patch again? I think we might be. Or are we through it? Because it would have been the end of the last stack or the beginning of the last stack. I don't remember. Anyway, they seem to be in patches. That's all I can really comment on. It's been a strange experience to notice that it's been kind of back to back constantly, and then you'll get 4 or 5 packs in a row where you don't get anything beyond maybe one of those lands. Last pack in this, and then we have 1/3 left of box number 5. Time flies when you're looking for mana crypts. Clay-fired bricks, restless vents. And that will take us all the way through to the end of this section. So with a special guest found, are we going to break the mold and find 2 in the remainder of this box, or will it be consistently 1 per box, 1 out of 30 packs? Inti, by the way, that did show up on the showcase, the Inti, so that was kind of nice. Crashing Brontodon, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo, and no signature. No signature, no bueno. That's how she rolls around these parts. All right, we got a card. We got unlucky drop. Feeling that way, not a little bit. I don't know. It's hard to tell when you open a large volume. I've never done it before, so I'm gonna. Ooh, nice, Foam Mountain. I'm gonna have to reflect on how this whole process really impacts it. You know, you watch these folks online open hundreds of Magic packs, Jurassic World, technically. And you wonder, how are they handling it? Like, is it fun still, even when you hit all the big things? Sovereign, Okonek Ahu, or a How. It's a repeat. Oh, okay. Hawkball, the Surging Soul in Showcase Commander. So that's a new one. Now, Hawkball wasn't on the list, so I'm wondering if this isn't even there. So we'll see. We'll see. And then a Hulking Raptor. Okay, what in the heck? This was a full pack. That was a full pack right there, and a forest to boot. The only thing we didn't get is a shiny signature. So yeah, I'm gonna have to think about how opening all this product really feels. You know, old Gaspark from Shadowmoor. Dead Weight, Restless Ridgeline. Imagine it's you again. Good to see you. I didn't recognize it. Not in Borderless, I'm not gonna lie. It's a turtle. All right, last few packs of the box here. Then we'll be scooting on over to the last box. Wouldn't it be great if we saved Sanguine Evangelist a mana crypt for the last box unknowingly? Oh man, that would be sick. Or I don't know, How about a Cavern of Souls? Just realizing, haven't had one yet. We're actually missing 6 of the top 7, it looks like, mythics, that is pretty atrocious for a case. I'm getting belligerent. Okay, there we go. Well, look who happens to show up. Hello, beautiful. Not only did we get a Cavern of Souls, we got the borderless Cavern of Souls. Oh, that is very nice looking. Thank you, case. More of this. More of this, please. That would be great. My God, it's beautiful. It's gorgeous. All right. And it's going to add up to a few dollars. So hello and welcome, Cavern. Okay, but we did get a foil hidden courtyard at the end of that pack, so I don't want to downplay the impact of all cards. You know, all cards have their place. It's just some of you are Cavern of Souls and have a better place. Another treasure token. Panicked Altasaur, Brass Tunnel Grinder, Twists and Turns. Also known as the end of the pack. Oh, no. Alright, we have 3 packs left in the box here. Great to get that Cavern hit. Feeling a bit better about things. It's no Mana Vault, but it's still nice. It's still nice to get. All right, that was it. I kind of just rolled through it. Breaches, nothing stood out to me as exciting. So that's exciting. Mountain and some type of gear hulky boy. 2 packs left in the 5th box of this case. This one comes with a signature. Now we know we're talking. And a Streets of New Capenna glittering stockpile. What did I do to deserve such glorious cards? The Everflowing Well. Aquaholi, feels like I've got 15 playsets of him. And we do have a sign card here. What is that? Vitale? Yep, Raul Vitale. There we go. It's kind of a cool looking signature. It's very different. Very different. Last pack of box number 5. And then we're into our final box. We did not. Okay, we did get a Trumpeting Carnosaur foil. We did not get another. It must be. Sorry, just absolutely slapped you guys. It must be extremely unlikely, if not impossible, to get two special guests in a box. It's feeling pretty rare to me anyway. All right, now let's go straight over to the box topper, and let's hope we have 2 more cracks at this. We've opened 4 uncommons. Will we get a rare? Will we get a mythic? Let's bring in the crew for good luck. All right, here we go. Can we pull something that isn't uncommon? We got a mythic, Chalice of the Void. There it is. Oh, box number 5. I think this may have just launched it in the first place value of the box wise. That's awesome. Chalice of the Void is a huge hit, and I believe it is the top hit in Commander. I'm even willing to take a little scroll here and take a look here. Okay, is it not in there? Anyway, I'll figure it out. But Chalice of the Void, absolute colossal hit out of that slot. Commander, well done. GG's box number 5. That's a nice hit. All right, some notables from box number 5. We did get a different, thankfully, a different special guest. Unfortunately, it just isn't Mana Crypt. That being said, there are only, we got 1 above that, but there are only a handful above that aren't Mana Crypt. So we got Thasios. We got a Chalice of the Void out of our box topper, which is amazing. And yes, I was right. It was indeed the top one, and I just missed making sure it was in here. So there it is. listed up there, which is great. Then we had a Cavern of Souls. So, I mean, heavy hitting box in that. The borderless, the most expensive borderless card. Standard print. Hawkball the Surging Soul was a big disappointment. Didn't even hit that $5 mark, but it is a Commander Showcase card, which I feel are pretty rare. That's a repeat, doesn't make the list. Millennium Calendar as a mythic. Quintorius Con, a couple of them, one of the borderless, and then a repeat here as well. So definitely a bit more of a stronger box for sure, but most of that would have been made up from the special guest slot and from the box topper. So I mean, that's typically where we see Magic allowing for boxes that actually exceed expected value, is you have to hit something big in those slots. So speaking of which, let's do it. We got one more crack at this Mana Crypt, so let's get into box number 6. It's the final box of this case. This has been quite a journey, and I still think there is excitement left to come. Maybe this box is the one that's loaded and would have been the first one that we opened. Or this could be like our first box and be a bit mild. That's one risk that you take when you open sealed product. But all of these cards, everything that you see from that Chalice of the Void to the Cavern of Souls, all the Commander cards and foils, they'll all be for sale at J&J's upon release date. So be sure to check that out. If you're in the region, mostly if you're watching this and you have been to J&J's, you're probably already going to be going there anyway. Lots of great options in Waterloo region for Magic stuff. I personally have loved heading in and working with the guys there at J&J's. So let's get into this last box here. Rumbling Rock Slide. We are going to be entering the close, hopefully without a whimper. Let's get some craziness going here, shall we? Light this place ablaze. Who will our final guest be? It appears that one a box is basically what you get. So one a box. We got Ixalan's Binding from original Ixalan, so we're at least hitting some flavor in the list slot. Everflowing Well again, and we are going to start seeing a lot of repeats here for sure. But hey, when you open this amount of product, you should. The idea is, though, hopefully you get enough diversity to cover off most of the set. And I think that's going to be an interesting retrospective thing to look at when we're done here. What did this box, or this case, I should say, actually get you? You buy a case, what can you expect from this product? So I'm looking forward to doing a recap at the end of the entire case. We'll of course do our box 6 recap, but we're going to go a bit more deeper than that as well. All right, a Kanzil, Current Conductor, a Pakal, and a Quali. These feel like old friends at this point, you know? I've seen all of these guys a bunch of times. Some of those uncommons and commons, you know? Old pals. Just not that one guy. The guy, I don't know his name. I can't say it. I don't get it. It just doesn't work, okay? Get Lost Foil. There we go. A flashy way to tell you to leave. Unstable Glyph Bridge again. Molten Collapse in we got this in foil, so it's actually kind of nice to get it non-foil. It's a great looking card, but also a bit of value. Could we be entering the value pocket? We could be. Maybe it's early this time. Our first 2 boxes, we got our special guest early on. This time we will see, but that was a pretty spicy pack as far as what we were offered. Flip that sucker over. Compass Gnome, Squirming Emergence. It doesn't look like it. It might have been just a flash in the pan. Really hoping to get a couple of those top-end mythics from the standard set. Hello? The Tarask? Really? What is this list, man? It just keeps hucking mythics at me. Well, that's very on brand as well from, what is that? Legends of the Forgotten Realm, the D&D. But yeah, I would love to get a few of those mythics that we're missing from that top slot there. That's every box. Hit the mother load, sure. And we've got Clavicolino, First of the Blessed, which is a Commander Mythic. So starting off, at least we get a little bit of spice with a Commander Mythic. We'll welcome that. Oh, and we got big spice in the back. Check this out. What is this? Branwyn. Very cool. Alex, that is a very unique one, my guy. Very cool and great art. Well done. 3 more packs in this section. What do we got hiding here? No Jurassic World cards yet. Didn't want to point out the obvious, but we don't have any of those yet. Screaming Phantom. Could have said Streaming Fathom, and that's what I do. Echoing Deeps. Always a good one. Saheeli, the Sun's Brilliance Mythic Showcase. We've only gotten one so far. It was a good one. I don't know how Saheeli's going to match up. But hey, it's a Showcase Mythic, which are only a couple in a case, it's looking like. Maybe 2, maybe 3. Open up. Come on now. I don't want to damage that front card because it's probably a mana crypt. It is not, but it is a fairy, Merrileaf Pixie from Throne of Eldraine. Deep Cavern Bat, and then the Thunderhulk again, and then the Storm Tree. All right, and at least we got a fun-looking land, right? Nothing there. All right, last pack of this section. Let's see what we got. We got a map. We got a Whaling Pirates. There, okay. last pack of the section. Yeah, I get it. I'm opening the packs. Thank you, box. That's very nice of you. Very fun. And Promising Bane. Boop. So technically 2 mythics in that section of the box, but none of them are standard mythics. We have a Showcase and a Commander mythic. So I'm expecting this third of the box to have some spice in it. Are you out of your mind? No way, dude. Oh no.
I'm in a glass case of emotion!
This case has provided us with 3 Underworld Breaches. Now, I understand they could have been Star Compasses. They could have been Breaches, the Plunderer. And it's, it's a mid-pack one, or it's actually a top-end one if you discount all of the different one. But to get 3 in a case, that's half of the box that's had this as a special guest. This is like the Infinity videos where I just kept opening I remember what one it was. Looks like a black hole. Just the same foil Shockland from my box toppers. Oh boy, we are in one, my friends. But there's our special guest. Maybe we'll hit a second one. Time tells us no. This pack is fire though. Look at this. We also got an island. So I mean, value added for sure. A little bit of frustration with the duplication case wide. And like I said, if you're opening one box, you're not going to notice, but when you open a case and you get 3 Underworld Breaches, that is something. Hoarding Dragon from Iconic Masters. Interesting. Pulled myself one of those textured foil Dragons, so working on building up one of them decks. Everyone needs a new commander deck, right? That's what everyone's playing these days anyway. Sorry, folks, I just punched you again. We got a Dino Treasure. We got a Visage of Dread foil. Actually, looks like a really cool foil. Matt Zalantli, the Great Door, and Sovereign. Wow. Okin Ahara or something it was. I forget. Okanek. But this is our second in one box. So maybe this box is going to be a heavy hitter. We got a foil showcase. Or a foil. A mythic showcase. Thrashing Bronodon. Maybe we're just in the pocket as well. Everything feels really good when you're in the pocket. Could it be the middle of the box again? That would make it half of our boxes. Probably the same 3 that had Underworld Breach in it. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, Bloodletter of Simon Lazat. There it is, the Bloodletter. The art's amazing. Foil showcase. Sweet. So this is the showcase box. What do we got here? I was going to say, we haven't even gotten a foil mythic yet, other than a commander one. Stalactite Stalker. and an uncommon showcase. But hey, that was a pretty fun one to find. Maybe this is the box. We're in the pocket. We're for sure in the pocket. Let's see if it can maintain that steam, you know? To recover from not getting the mana crypt, you know? See if we can do that. Angel. The ancient one. Okay. It's another good mythic. We're definitely in the pocket. For sure. Look at all these different ones. I think the pocket is probably would end in the next pack or so, though. The value pocket, I'm gonna call it. Finding yourself in there is crucial, you know, it's where all the value is. We got ourselves another map here, and we've got the firstborn of the shot. This art's actually way cuter than the other art. Let's be serious. That's adorable. Okay, yeah, we're jeez, Bonehorn. Third Dracosaur. Once again, kind of upsetting. We want some of those top end mythics, and we're not seeing them anywhere, and that's a rare. It's a call, but at least it's a rare showcase. So we have to be through it by now, right? Or is this just going to be an all gas no brakes box? It could be. It's possible. With that, you know, that token definitely. All right, Abuelo, I think you brought us through it, my friend. All right, I think we're through. I'm not going to expect anything out of the last 3 packs in this section of the box, and we're going to see if I'm right to believe that. Well, we got ourselves a Pemin's Aura from, I believe that's Scourge. And Goblin Tomb Raider, Tolarian Skull, so a couple dollars, nothing major, but a couple bucks here and there, a nice fancy land, and then a fancy guy with a stick. 2 packs remain. We got Out of Air. Okay. I'm glad I yelled at the box. This is one that we're missing. So it is that second highest of the Ogier or O'Hare's, the gods. So very, very excited to get that one. That's pretty great. And that's gonna do it for this one. But hey, ooh, no, there's a foil in the back. How dare I discredit that foil? And let's see what we have in this last section here. Only one section to go after this in the case, so we will be in the true close here. Whale of the Forgotten. I do not want to talk about Whale of the Forgotten anymore. I'd rather, ooh, there we go, a foil swamp. Okay, so some mild spice in that pack. Gotta love that. Let's do one final recap for the last time. And I tell you, that third of the box had some heat to her. My goodness, just recapping all that. Whew, that was incredible. We'll see if the final time we get to go through this will amount to anything super special. Ikoria, it's another dinosaur. It feels like the list is aware that this is an Ikoria set. Titanoth Rex, Disruptor Warglyph, and Bedrock Taurus. Yeah, we don't have that one yet, but I've seen it 100 times. I was just curious to look at it. I don't know. So we haven't seen it yet. In all of the packs, we haven't seen it yet. I wish we got a foil version of that, or a signed version of that. It's probably our 5th or 6th version of it, though. Like, we seem to get that one a lot. At least maybe I notice it more. All right, Gnome Soldier, Poison Dart Frog. That's adorable. Godzilla's Flanker, and that is just. So I was saying, with that much heat in that section, I'm curious if there's anything left in the box here. So I mean, special guest wise, I'm gonna say no guarantees. No guarantees, right? We've only hit 1 per box so far. Cosmium Confluence. I'm not expecting that to change now, but who knows? Crazy things happen in this game where they put cardboard in paper and then put paper in cardboard and then wrap that cardboard in plastic and then put that inside a box and then ship that box to people. Cutzil, Malamet, Amalia, Benavides, and Warp. Might be a quieter third of a box here. Hey, we just got you. That's fun. No standard Cavern of Souls in 6 boxes is kind of a crazy thing to think about. Okay, Jade Light Spelunker, it's a rare. Foil rare. 1000 Moon Smithy again. Not the worst card, not the best card. Entering the fold here, the final step here, and that is a... Is that Jurassic? What is this? Is that another Forgotten Realm card? I don't know. It's a list card, so I'm going to say it is. Deadly Dispute, Miner's Guidewing, Starving Revenant, and another island. So we have missed a couple of the lands here. Rampaging Ceratops, and we did get a land, actually. That's beautiful, too. Looks like we got 4 packs left and a box topper. I mean, we hit the mythic last time, so the chance of us hitting another mythic would be pretty crazy. That would be very unlike the pacing of things here. So there was nothing there. I mean, at this point, we're looking for very specific things. And like I said, that middle, that pocket was a deep pocket, man. No, not him. Anything but him. I don't want to see his face anymore. Oh no. Fabrication Foundry. Okay, we did get Xavier Sol Infested Captain and Commander rare, which is good. Commander cards are welcome. No, I wish you were signed, buddy. 2 packs remaining in this case. Can we have something special in the close? Or did we hit all of it last time? Oh, it's you again. And foil version again. Oh, we got a Resplendent Angel, third one. It is a mythic at least. I wasn't too confident on getting another mythic, to be honest. And look at that signature, baby. This is the real highlight. This is what we wanted. What do we got? Diadect Echo. Beautiful. Well done. Last pack of the case. Is it true? Our special guests 1 per box. Yes. Yes, they are. And we've got ourselves here a foil common, a Molten Collapse in the close. Hey, we did at least get a mountain. 1 more Jurassic World card. They really loaded a bunch of just kind of mid-tier value in there right at the end. And that is it. So we have our final box topper to do here, and we'll do that. And then we'll do a quick little recap of box number 6, and then I will be going into further detail. I know that's not everyone's cup of tea, but I'm going to go into further detail about the contents of the box and walk through everything on the side. All right, can we dodge another uncommon? Or are we going to go 5 uncommons and 1 mythic? These are the options. Oh, not only was it an uncommon, it's the worst one we got, and it's a duplicate. Oh God. That's how the cookie crumbles sometimes, folks. Let me do a final sort, and then we'll recap box number 6. All right, so I'm going to start with the lowlights from this box. These. Whisper Silk Cloak being our box topper again is a bit of a bummer, but Underworld Breach for the 3rd time in this case is absolutely a bummer. So out of the 6 cases, we only got 4 total special guests that showed up, so that's kind of interesting. It's not a bad one, but you know, it's not the best one either. And when it comes to once again to the commander, these are holding up some pretty significant value. Xavier Sol is sitting at like $22 or something like that. Like, these are pretty valuable cards to be hitting in these packs if you can get your hands on one of those. When it comes to mythics, we had some duplicates, we had some triplicates in one case. But most interestingly enough, let's take a look here at the duplicates and triplicates. So these are the duplicate triplicates. 3 Resplendent Angels, 3 Bonehorde Dracosaurs, and 2 Ancient Ones. Now we did get one of the new gods that we were missing, which is good. But most interestingly enough, 3 mythic showcases, including 1 foil. So the foil's a bonus, but getting 2 in a box is fairly unlikely, judging by the 6 that I went through. So interesting to look at it that way. And then of course, this is just an absolute beauty of a card and is holding some pretty good value at this time too. So that is the case opened. I'm now going to take some time, go through everything, and then we can recap how things look after opening an entire case of set boosters of Lost Caverns of Ixalan. Let's do it. Now that was an experience and a half. I now have data on this box and I wanted to share a little bit of it for those who are nerds like me and care about that. The question is, what do you get in these boxes? What do you get in a case if you were interested in this set? So for my look here, we, in the borderless section, covered off a large quantity of the lower half here and then hit 2 of the mid-tier ones. One was a foil, which is nice. And then we of course hit that beautiful Cavern of Souls. Now that is just such a nice hit to have in the borderless section. Lots of other value added here. I will put the total value of each box at the end of this section. I'm just going to walk through some specific things to begin. So the Cavern, obviously a great hit. We also had the Bloodletter of Simon Lizotte, which is Ixalan. Ixalan is actually his name. Beautiful. This is actually a borderless card, not a showcase card like I initially thought. So that's, at least that's how it's classified online currently. It definitely looks more like a showcase card, but it is missing that frame, which is interesting. But you'll see in one of the god pulls here in a sec that it is a slightly different, which is interesting. From showcase, you'll see that we did get a couple of interesting ones, including, of course, we have ourselves the Deepest of Growth in the showcase. This is the showcase. It is slightly different than the last one, although I find that they are basically the same view, but this one's a showcase. So maybe that will be corrected online in the future. But as you can see, in 6 cases or 6 boxes, we only hit 6 showcase cards worth money. So 1 hit per case around value. And some of that value is at that $5 range, with only 3 of them coming over 10. So half over 10 bucks, half under 10 bucks. The standard print, I was surprised. I was actually expecting that we would hit some more of this stuff, if I'm being honest. We did hit the top one, which is great. Always good to get that one out of the way. Definitely a really interesting card, and obviously its flippability is what's giving it some of its staying power here, which is great. But then as you go down, you'll see that we actually hit basically mid-pack, everything in the middle, missing a bunch of the rares, believe it or not, at the bottom. Now, these ones on the bottom here are only accessible because they needed to be foil. So I'm not expecting to hit some of those. So let's stop there. Those are just if it happened to be a rare or mythic worth $5 or more. In foil version, I included it. So we'll start about here. And you can see we missed a couple. We missed Souls of the Lost. We missed the Enigma Jewel. We missed Anim Pakal, Thousand Moon. We missed the Myco Tyrant, which is a crazy name for a card. We did, however, hit, a foil version of this card. Forgot to highlight that. Please ignore that. But we did hit a big chunk of this middle section of mythics here. So all in all, pretty decent in the grand scheme. Now coming over to the other side, we have these special guests, and the special guests were, I think I have to call it relatively disappointing. I don't think the concept is disappointing. I actually really enjoy it. An additional way to get cool value in there and to add some flavor. I'm all about that, but especially when it's on brand, like adding reprints and such from outside of the set, but it really makes sense with the set is a really great way to get another printing of a card. That being said, when you hit 3 of the same ones in Underworld Breach, it really does hurt. So when it comes down to these cards, they are very, very nice. I like them. They are borderless cards. They look great. Love Lord of Atlantis. I even really like The Bridge from Below. A lot of people aren't huge fans of that one, but 3 Underworld Breaches is pretty tough. Honestly, even if 2 of these were some of the bottom end ones, the Lord Winggrace or a Star Compass or something like that, I would feel probably a little bit better. Now, from a value perspective, getting 3 of the highest value one we pulled is pretty okay for the case and its health. So it's a bit of a give and go that can be quite frustrating. While we're here as well, I'll talk about some additional borderless stuff. Actually, that will be in the this will also be included in the commander section. But out of our 6 box toppers, we hit 5 uncommons, including a double up on Whispersail Cloak, which is not the greatest in the world. The Worn Power Stone is actually a pretty decent one value-wise compared to the others. Lightning Greaves are very utilitarian, but without the absolute incredible hit of Chalice in that 6th one, this slot would have been an absolute bust. So thank goodness for the Chalice, as it helped pull us over some finish lines there. Scrolling down, we will see Jurassic World, and I have some stats on Jurassic World I wanted to share with everyone. Out of the 6 boxes that we pulled for Jurassic World, we hit 25 total Jurassic World cards. Here is the stack. These are all coded Rex on the bottom Jurassic World cards. In that, we hit 5 rares, including 1 duplicate, that duplicate being Owen Grady, Raptor Trainer. We hit 5 rares, we hit 2 commons, and it was a duplicate of Command Tower, which I love. I genuinely love that card, but still, 2 commons. Then we hit 9 basic lands, 1 plains, 4 islands, 2 swamps, and 2 mountains, and no foils. No foils in any of these Jurassic World cards. And maybe that is just for collector boosters, I'm not sure. That wasn't my understanding initially, but I could be wrong on that. But the real painful part is, for as many lands as we got the same amount of tokens. So we got 4 dinos and 5 treasure tokens as Jurassic World cards. So that feels a little weird that out of the 25, only 5 or 7 of them were not basic lands or tokens. So I love the concept of this. I mean, there's so much to work with when it comes to the IP of Jurassic World. I feel as though, I mean, we missed everything in the top, which doesn't help either, but it felt a bit lackluster to get to a point and be like, oh, this is my Jurassic World opportunity, a $0 treasure token. Or even if you didn't count those in as Jurassic World cards, a very nice mountain, granted, but a basic land. A basic land worth $6, right? So actually, I just realized I didn't cross off mountain on that list there, so have to do that. Anyway, wanted to share that about the Jurassic World. I already shared a bit about borderless cards, but for statistics' sake, going back up to borderless, we hit 60 total borderless cards. Now 60 is a lot, so let's break that down a bit more. We hit 4 mythics, including 1 foil being that blood letter of Simon Lizotte. There we go. I feel kind of bad for Simon Lizotte, honestly, because bloodletting is kind of a rude thing to do to someone. We then hit 18 rares, including 5 foil rares, which is interesting. And out of those 18 rares, we hit 10 different cards. So there were a couple of duplicates in there. In the uncommon slot, we hit 36 uncommons compared to the total 22 rares and mythics, 5 of which were foil on 2 of 6 of the variants. So there are only 6 uncommon cards that we pulled. I'm assuming there are only 6 because we opened a whole case. And we only hit 5 foils on all of those. So we hit the same amount of foils on the 36 uncommon that we did on the 18 rares. I don't know if that's just a wonky case, but it feels a little weird. Now getting into Showcase, I had already mentioned our god here, which is a really awesome pull, beautiful. We had 52 total Showcase, which is just under 10 a box. We had 3 mythics, including 1 god being this guy, and we had no foils in that. We hit 5 rares, and there were 5 entirely different cards, but still no foils. And in the uncommon slot, we hit 44. Now, I understand rarities need to tier, but in that 44, we only hit 1 foil card. This is the stack of the uncommons, and we only got Bartolome, my boy Barty, you know, that's it. We hit 1 out of all of the showcase cards. So the foil showcases, I think, are going to be valuable long term because they are apparently impossible to find, especially in rare or mythic. So found it interesting that out of the 52, only 8 of them were not uncommon, and none of those 8 were foil. They were all standard cards. Now let's talk about everyone's favorite format, Commander. Now, out of this product, we in total received 16 Commander cards, 10 of which were mythics and 6 were rares, with 3 foils. What's interesting is we also received 1 borderless and 1 showcase in an entire case. So in 6 boxes, there isn't really a percentage for getting these. It's gonna be pretty random. But out of the mythics, we received a triplicate, including a foil of Zoltoyak, sorry. We also received a triplicate, including 1 foil of a rare card, Tetsun Gnome Champion. But these cards account for a very large percentage of the value in this box when you compare to the fact that it's only 16 of the cards. It's shocking to see, and we'll see how these prices hold, shift, tank, whatever it will be as more product is open, but also as commander decks begin to make their way around. So very interesting to have this. It almost feels like an additional list of sorts. It's very strange, but hey, definitely a good value added slot for us in this one, at least upon release. Now looking at the standard set, we can break this down a little bit more as well, which is fairly interesting. So we have 24 mythics out of this case. So breaking that up per case, you know, it's okay. It's okay. Out of the mythics that we got, we have 2 triplicates, meaning that here, I'm going to move this one sec. It's causing a bunch of issues around focus. There we go. We have 2 triplicates. We had 3 Resplendent Angels and 3 Bonehorde Dracosaurs. We then had 5 doubles. 5 double sets, one of which were gods, but the rest were not. We had 2 Quintorius, we had 2 Calendars, 2 Sovereigns, 2 Ancients, and there's another 2 somewhere towards the front. Oh, the god, of course. We hit 4 gods total, which I found interesting. The white one being the most valuable mythic in the set currently. But there they are there. 2 of the red, 1 of the green, 1 of the white, missing blue and black. Now we hit other flip cards in here that are also worth some money. And on that note, out of these 24, 14 of them were worth $10 or more. So that is really just indicating that it is a mythic heavy set. I mean, if you want the value, you probably need to be hitting a bunch of mythics, and it seems to be relatively stingy in the boxes. Looking at the rares, however, now we have a different story. We had 163 total rares out of 180 packs. So really, we only got a couple of extra rares or mythics. Normally set booster boxes have a bunch. There'd be packs with 2 or 3 rares in it. That wasn't the case this time. This time we have basically 1 rare or mythic in a pack. And then if you happen to get a foil rare or foil mythic, then you're in the right area. Now, this does not include all of the variances. So in total, yes, we got a lot more mythics, we got a lot more rares when you consider the showcase, when you consider the borderless, when you consider the Jurassic World. So you're bumping it up there. But when it comes down to standard print mythic and rares, we're looking at about 1 per pack. In total, out of these 163 rares, we had 27 of them worth over $5, which was pretty interesting. Notably, we got a playset +1 of Echoing Deeps, which is a pretty decent card. We got Molten Collapse. We got a few of those. There were a couple of repeat quality cards that we pulled. Some of those ones towards the top, which are kind of nice. And you'll see that on the standard print list here, the things over 5. The rares are typically filtered towards the bottom, but when they begin here, they basically dominate with a mythic every 3 or 4 cards. So, and then a couple bulk mythics at the bottom. worth $5. Breaking this down further, there were 19 white rares with 1 foil. There were 14 blue rares with 1 foil. There were 18 black rares with no foils, 22 red with 1 foil, 15 green with 1 foil, 33 multicolors with 2 foils, and 23 artifacts with 1 foil. And then we also got 19 rare lands, which are some of the money holders, but 0 foils. So very interesting to look at the actual standard breakdown of the set. Now I'm going to get into what you really care about. I know that the box toppers are important, the guests are important, the mythics are fun, showcase, borderless, Jurassic World. We are talking about a litany of different things, but I know what you really want to talk about are basic lands. Because everyone loves basic lands. I love these things. I think they look great. I'm a huge unstable land guy. That's what's in every single commander deck that I have. So these are particularly interesting to me. I find them interesting. They're worth $0. I have not included any type of financial buff in the final numbers on these boxes from these cards. But when it comes to basic lands, we received 53 of them. 53 out of 180 packs. We also got 11 foil. We got 2 whites, 1 blue, 4 blacks, 4 red, and 0 green. No forests, which is pretty interesting. So they are also very nice, but they do seem to be relatively difficult to get. And in our box, we had a clumping issue where we got a bunch of swamps and a bunch of mountains, and then 0 forests and only 1 island. You'll also be happy to know that out of the token slots, we got a total of 6 completely useless garbage cards that are not playable in Magic. These are just arena adverts. Go ahead, you can scan whatever you'd like. We received 6 of them. I've only scratched the surface. And I fully understand trying to advertise your online portal, but 6 out of 180 packs? Stop it.
Get some help.
Put in an insert into each box. Stop make it at least a token. They're worth nothing anyway, but at least they're usable. These are 6 garbage things out of 180 packs that make no sense to me. One thing I wanted to talk about, and you know it's important to me, and that is the art cards. And I know every time we hit one of these beautiful signed art cards, we went wild in our heads. I went wild in my soul. They are beautiful. You'll be absolutely thrilled to know, by the way, that this happened and I didn't see it. This little goober is signed. My nemesis has a signature on it. Anyway, enough about looking at them. Let's get into some stats. So obviously we received 180 total art cards, 1 per pack, and we received 17 signed art cards out of that 180. I just didn't have the stat before. Now I do. That's pretty cool. Now the last thing I wanted to talk about is the last thing people remember, and that is the list. The list accounted for 40 entries, 40 list cards out of 180 packs, which is pretty okay. We got 4 mythics, 2 rares, 21 uncommons, and 13 commons in that time. And this accounted for $55 in total value. The list slot is not worth nothing, but it is at best a bonus. I can't consider this to be an actual contributor to valuation of a box, expected value, that kind of thing. The list is just way too big. And although we got a ton of uncommons and commons, we did end up getting 4 mythics, which feels a little high. But 2 rares, like none of them there. So it's too volatile to really consider when it comes to expected value. It's a nice little bonus. I do not hate the list. I have no problems with it. But it's weird and people forget about it. It does have value. I'll of course include the value in the boxes in which they were pulled. You would have seen that already if you got to this part in the video. So this will contribute to the total value of a box. But in total, 40 and 180. Okay, so now's the time. Let's take a look at which box out of the 6 had the most value in it. Now, this is going to be every card that was in that box that were $2 or greater. And of course, that would include every card you see in the sides there. So congratulations to whichever box won, and also to those who guessed that box in the comment section. But that's going to do it for today, folks. Thank you so much for hanging out with us throughout these videos. A huge shout out to J&J Cards and Collectibles for providing a small content creator the opportunity to do something great like this. Opening a case is not something I've ever done before. This was a really unique and amazing experience, and I hope to do it again one day. But that's going to do it. So please, if you like what you saw today, drop a comment in the comment section below. Tell me what you think. Let me know if you got the box right. And tell me, unfortunately, did you guess no to getting the mana crypt? Because that's rude. You should have had more faith in us, but hey, here we are, and you were right at the end of the day. Please take care of yourselves, take care of each other, but most importantly of all, stay hydrated, and we'll do this all again real soon. Bye now.